You know, 2 years ago, if you had told me that I would be releasing an EP independently, I would never have believed you. What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be running through my debut EP, Hello Gorgeous. So I thought I would do a kind of breakdown of each track of the EP, talk a little bit about it, how I even did it, and what better location to do it than in the room where I recorded literally all the vocals. Yes, I recorded vocals in my room, in this room. I hope that after leaving it you learned a little bit something new, and when you listen to the songs again you can know a little bit more about the story. My name is Anastasia. I am a pop artist. I was born and raised in Johannesburg, South Africa, and I'm also Greek. I wanted to tell a story that was longer than 3 minutes. I wanted to create a body of work that had an atmosphere and a vibe. Also, I feel like there is an art to album making or EP making and track sequencing, and I feel like it's kind of dead, and I don't know why. Ultimately, for me as an artist, I want to be making albums because I want to give the listener an experience. I'd say overall the EP is really about the women experience in the 21st century and all the different things that we deal with and see on a day-to-day basis. What it's like being a woman in the dating world. Yes, we have progressed as a world, but there are still issues and maybe even some new ones. So let's get into it. Part-Time Model was actually the last song written for the EP, but somehow magically fit into the narrative. Totally unintentional, but so happy that it worked out this way. I was in Nashville visiting a friend, and she had booked a couple of rides that she was going to pull me in on. And in one of these rides, we were using this note that her roommate got on her door as inspiration. And the note said, "You could be a part-time fucking model." And one of the girls in the writing room was like, "That is kind of rude. Like, what does that mean?" And we all just kind of looked at each other and we were like, yeah, why only part-time? Like, does that mean I'm not pretty enough to be a full-time model? That got us talking about microaggressions. For some of you who don't know what microaggressions are, I'll give you a perfect example. When a man tells a woman to smile. Now, you may think that that is harmless, but it actually isn't, because would you say that to another man, or is this something reserved for women? And if it is reserved for women, think about why. Perfect gentleman, think I'm a noble cause. So presumptuous, assume you know what I want. Specifically, Part-Time Model is how we sometimes deal with microaggressions, and it is with sarcasm, because a lot of people don't understand microaggressions. They don't realize that what they're doing is a microaggression, and instead of taking the time to educate the person and get into it, which could cause an argument, you kind of just laugh it off and let them say what they want to say, or, you know, are kind of sly back, sarcastic back, just to even the playing field. Part-Time Model is fun, sarcastic, cheeky, but there's an underlying tone of, lol, this is fucked up. So if Part-Time Model is here, Veritas Serum is here. We're not being sarcastic anymore. We are being confrontational. We are saying what we want to say. We are questioning the system. If you don't already know, I actually did like a line by line kind of genius parody. Not kind of genius, it was a genius parody of this song. I'll leave the link up here and you can check that out if you want like a detailed breakdown. But for the sake of this video, I'll keep it short and I will just give you like a taste of it. As well as being a confrontational piece, Veritas Serum also kind of delves into what it's like being a woman in the music industry. And I could swing and step if you needed me to. Let me guess, I don't have the look you're looking for, but you're missing out on this. Currently, there are not a lot of women producers or women engineers, and that to me is incredibly heartbreaking, particularly with this project and honestly with everything that I do. It's important for me to find women artists and women producers and women engineers and work with them, because a lot of the times men will not work with women in the music industry because they think that they don't know how to do things, and that could not be further from the truth. And if that isn't the case, they won't work with women because there are like 0.1% women behind the scenes in the music industry. For me, it was important as an artist to make sure that my team behind the scenes was as diverse as I always preach. And also, it's because I wanted it to be. Why wouldn't you want it to be? So if Part-Time Model is here and Veritas Serum is here, Princesses and Queens is out the door, because Princesses and Queens is like, you know, I've had enough. Peace out. I don't want to be here. It's running away. It's disassociating. It's trying to escape. Because guess what? We dealt with it with sarcasm. We tried confronting the issue and being angry, and now it's kind of like, well, what is my option? No one's listening. No one cares. I'd rather just leave.
Call the carriage, take me home. I can't stay here anymore. I can't stay here anymore.
In a world where you see a lot of the times women being targeted because of their bodies or how they present, it's really heartbreaking. Murder, rape, sexual assault, these are just things that I grew up being very aware of, and it's a shitty existence, you know? When I wrote this song, I was like, I'm so sick of this, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore. Even in film, when you're a kid, you see the Disney princesses struggling mainly because they're girls. For example, Mulan. Like literally no one listened to her until she became a dude. Though she triumphs in the movie, it's still really sad to watch as a young girl. Honestly, even now when I watch Mulan, I'm like, this is so sad. You know, that kind of stuff, it leaves an impact. It makes you very aware of how society sees you, and I just wish that that wasn't the case. So at this point of the EP, I wanted to kind of switch it up and do something fun, because Princesses and Queens is quite heavy stuff, and so I wanted to lighten the mood, make it fun, make it sexy. And so I wanted to tackle being confident as a woman in the dating realm, in the romance world. That being said though, I wanted it to be fun, but I wanted it to also still be powerful. So I wrote about a sexy, confident woman who knows what she wants, but she's also facilitating a space for the man to be a man and make a move. And there's power in that. There's a power in using your femininity and your feminine charm. I know what I want, and I'm allowing this to happen.
In good old-fashioned taste, just take me by the waist and prove to me that all this was worth the wait.
It's sexy and fun and scandalous. It's also kind of about that feeling where you're about to go out and you know the dude that you are kind of vibing with is gonna be there, but nothing has happened yet, and there's something really fun about the moment before anything has happened with someone that you like. None of you act as a foil to Let's Not Pretend. So Let's Not Pretend is like, you can be confident. And none of you is like, but not too confident. Because guess what? The world doesn't like confident women. I remember when I was younger in high school, my dad said to me, you know, you scare off boys. And I was like, okay. If I scare them off, then clearly they were never great to begin with. If I scare them, then goodbye. I don't want them anyways. If they don't appreciate my confidence, then they're not the right one for me.
Scared you too? These guys can't take shit. How many times do I gotta tell you to make a move? What am I, your mama? Well, mama don't want none of you.
Why must I settle? Why must I change? And that's another thing. People will tell you, you know, oh, your standards are too high. You're too picky. You should really like try and lower them. And it's like, what? Why on earth would I do that? So none of you is a fuck you to society telling women to lower their standards, because you sure as hell don't tell men to lower their standards. Then again, men also have no standards, so I actually went through a lot of names before deciding on Hello Gorgeous, or should I say Hello Gorgeous was one of the early contenders, but ultimately towards the end it seemed the only fitting title. The reason being, it acts as a double entendre, which I feel the entire EP is that. I really wanted to channel this energy and pay homage to one of my favorite musicals, and particularly one of my favorite characters in a musical, and that musical is Funny Girl. There's a moment right in the beginning of the movie where Barbra Streisand looks at herself in the mirror and she says, "Hello, gorgeous." And it's a moment of self-love and acceptance, but also of acknowledgement of all that she'd been through to get to the point where she was at.
Hello, gorgeous.
At the same time, though, the double entendre to Hello Gorgeous is the fact that the term, the phrase, Hello Gorgeous, could be a catcall. Hello Gorgeous being a double entendre I felt worked really well with the entire EP, because the EP deals with heavy themes, but ultimately I want to leave the listener with some power, some hope, and some self-love and acceptance, because why the fuck not? I want to say a big thank you to everyone that I worked with on this project, and also to the listeners. I want to say literally thank you so much for listening. It's insane to me that people would want to listen to anything that I've written and released. So I want to say a huge thank you. And if you want to help the EP do well, keep listening and create a playlist with the song and share it with your friends if you feel like you want to. Now that you've watched this video, go listen to it again and see if you can pick up on any of the things that I mentioned. Overall, just grateful to be here. Though this was incredibly difficult, I'll have you know, it was so worth it. And if you are an independent artist out there who's like not signed, that's what independent means, and you're worried about doing something like this, it's difficult, but it's not impossible, and you can definitely do it. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, turn on post notifications, maybe share the video with a friend, maybe stream my EP Hello Gorgeous, which is available on all streaming platforms. Super thankful that you are watching, and I hope that you are having an amazing day wherever you are in this world. Sending you good vibes. Bye.